Okay, hi everybody. Sorry about the administrative procedure. My name is Fiona Tobler, and I'm going to teach you today how to tire out your dog inside. Why? Why do you want to do that? Well, when it's snowing and icy outside, or when you're tired, you just don't feel like going out. Um, if your dog is injured and in home on bed rest, you can use some of these activities for your dog, but always check with your vet first. And importantly, more importantly, if you have a dog that reacts on the leash, lunges at other dogs and humans, it's very stressful for the dogs. Cortisol levels never go down. So you can play with them inside and tire them out inside. Okay, so I am going to teach you how to tire your dog out inside. And at the end of the presentation, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself. Um, why do you want to play with your dog? Well, these are really obvious reasons why. Mental stimulation, which really tires your dog out. It increases the bond between you and your dog, and you'll have a lot of fun. And as I mentioned earlier, it's really good for dogs that are stressed when they go outside for walks. And trust me, I have a border collie cattle dog mix, high energy dog, even at age 10. And I can tire him out with some of these mental enrichments that I'm going to show you. Okay, so what's an enrichment? People ask me that all the time. And why? Why do you want to enrich your dog's life? And just an enrichment is really anything that makes your dog good and better. Um, it makes feeding time more challenging. I'm going to show you a lot of food dispensing toys. I tell people never ever feed your dog food in a bowl. Why? Because the food's gone in seconds. Instead, you can use some of these food dispensing toys and tire them out in the process. Dogs get bored. I volunteer at shelters. I work with shelter dogs. And what do bored dogs do? They tear things up. So, tire your dog out and you're going to reduce their boredom. Um, Also, with these activities, you're really going to reinforce basic training commands like sit, stay, wait, come. It's always good to do that. And as a matter of fact, just working on training commands in your home is an enrichment. Okay, so before we start, I just want to give you some tips. Always use high value treats, and I'm going to tell you what they are and talk about that in a minute. Your dog is not going to want to work for Milkbone. That's just like saying, do you want to work for lettuce instead of a paycheck? None of us want that. So I'm going to talk to you about high value treats. Really motivates the dog to perform. Also, make sure you have the right size toy for your dog. Most of these toys come in small, large, and some in medium as well. So make sure you have the right toy for your dog. If you have more than one dog, I would recommend working with them separately, especially if you have resource guarding issues. I would work with them one at a time. Definitely have to be patient. And you have to set your dog up for success. Always set your dog up for success, no matter what you're working with on your dog. And what does that mean? How do you set your dog up for success? Keep the training sessions short. You can do 4 or 5 of them a day. Just keep them short. If your dog doesn't seem to be interested, then think about what you're doing wrong. Either the treat is not high value enough, or you're not giving instructions correctly, or if you're using the clicker, maybe you're not using the clicker appropriately. Lots of praise and lots of treats. Don't worry about your dog getting fat, if you will, because you can always skimp on lunch and dinner, and we'll talk about that later. Train with no distractions. That's really huge. Don't teach your dog something new in the yard where there's squirrels going by and humans walking by and other dogs. Always, when you're teaching a dog a new activity, no distractions. And also, some of these tricks I'm going to show you are advanced, a couple of them at the end. So remember, it takes a lot of repetitions for a dog to learn something new. Now, the one thing, this is scratch my itch here with this, the last bullet, is that it's really important to say to your dog, all done, when you're done with training. They're all geared up and they're all excited and they really, really like the treats. And they don't understand when you just walk away from them. So start using the all done cue, but more importantly, they don't know what that is. So just say all done and then give them something to work on, like a little Kong or a licky mat, and walk away from them. So they begin to understand this is the end of the session, the play session. Okay, I told you I was going to talk about high value treats. Okay, so as I said, a high value treat is anything that motivates your dog. Now, when I talk about hot dogs, I'm talking about, I use all beef hot dogs. And when I say tiny pieces, I mean one hot dog should have about 90 treats in it. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And meatballs, now I buy frozen meatballs. I buy turkey, but you can buy beef, little tiny frozen meatballs. So you always have them in your freezer. They do contain garlic, and you need to research that on your own to see if that's safe for your dog. But one meatball should have about 30 pieces. So just keep that in mind, because I've been in classes where we tell humans to bring meatballs and they give the dog a whole meatball. So no, 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 no. Tiny, tiny pieces. Cheese, I said mozzarella sticks. I just use a lot of them. I have them in my house, and you'll see why later. Cheddar, whatever kind of cheese your dog likes. Again, tiny pieces. Chicken, turkey, liverwurst, deli meats, peanut butter, of course, but make sure it doesn't have any xylitol in it. Don't want your dog to get sick. Cream cheese. I've discovered for some of the activities, salmon flavored cream cheese is a real good one, but plain cream cheese, low fat cream cheese works just as well. I listed 2 treats that I like to use. I like to use jerky treats by a company called Real Meat. They come in a variety, fish, chicken, beef. I like the jerky treats because your hands don't get sticky or dirty like they do with the hot dogs or the meatballs. And salmon treats are awesome. Actually, any treat by Play-Doh is good, but the salmon treats are nice and stinky. And I will explain to you later why I use them and why I like them. But again, as I said, small, tiny pieces. And I will say, I work with shelter dogs. And I've had dogs, as we know, dogs in shelters are stressed. And I've had them turn down a lot of food, but I've never had them turn down a meatball. I don't know why. There's something about the little meatball pieces. So just keep that in mind if you work with dogs. Okay, I'm going to begin with something that is very low cost, or basically no cost to you. And I call it doing the laundry. I've trained my dog to do this. So what you do is you get some towels. Old towels, cut them up in different sizes. Always start with a small towel, because as I told you, set your dog up for success. Roll a treat in there, and your dog needs to get used to the fact that there's a treat in the towel, and your dog will start to unroll the towel. Now, I use the salmon treats, the stinky treats, because the dog can't miss that. Later on, as your dog gets better at this, you can just use your dog's kibble. But right now, start with one towel, a small towel, roll up a treat, 1 or 2 treats, to have your dog unroll it. So get your dog used to unrolling it. Now, on the next video here, I'm going to show my dog doing the laundry. And you'll notice that I have a lot of towels in here. And he will actually take his dinner and doing the laundry. I can roll kibble up in there. And it really does tire him out. Now, I just want to let you know, he's a food hog and he's used to this. This is Marty, and here we go. He's going to show you how to do the laundry. And as you can see, he's going to town because he knows that there's something in every one of those towels. And I use this when I want to knock them out for the evening, 20 minutes maybe. I actually haven't timed this one, but it takes a long time. Now be careful. My dog doesn't eat towels. He's older. With everything that I'm showing you, always watch your dog. Never leave your dog alone unless you're sure that your dog will be safe with all these items. So this is Marty doing the laundry. Okay, I talked about food dispensing toys. And as I told you, I'm passionate about telling people, don't give your dog food in a bowl. Instead, make them work for everything, tire them out. This is one of my favorites, the Babolat. And I'm going to tell you why I like it. I'm going to show you Marty playing it. This video takes a little while to load, but the Babolat comes in small and large. Run it on your wood floors. It doesn't damage your wood floors. But what I like about it is you can adjust the level of difficulty, and you can adjust for kibble size, which is really important. If you change the kibble, sometimes it's small, sometimes it's bigger. And the Babolat is just fun.
Marty, stay. Good boy. Okay. All righty.
You can see I'm reinforcing a training command. I'm having him sit, and then I'm having him stay. This is just really, really a fun thing. And you can put all his breakfast in there, and you can put all your dog's dinner in the Babolat. So your dog may be afraid of it at first. So what I suggest is that you may end up, if your dog's not a resource guarder, just getting on the floor with the dog and pushing it around. It does make noise, as you heard the noise. Yeah, you may have to help your dog out with that. Okay, the Buster Cube. The Buster Cube is really good for chewers and dogs with big jaws. And the reason why is that they cannot put that in their mouth. The way it's designed, they can't pick it up and throw it around. You put food in the center, and then you screw this piece on the top. Now, I want to caution you that one of my friends did not put the piece on securely enough, and it came off, and her dog chewed it. So just be really, really mindful of that. But these are two ways. I'm going to show you many other ways to feed your dog. But the Babolat is really fun. Okay, so this is called the Green Feeder by North Meat, and it comes in at least 2 sizes. For dogs with, oh my gosh, I want to say brachiocephalic, I can't remember, with the little noses like little bulldogs, they can't use this. They can't get their snouts in there. But most dogs can. I will say it's a bit pricey, but this is the Green Feeder. And this is my favorite. I use this every morning. This is the, I just call it the soccer ball, but it's the tricky treat ball. The reason why it's my favorite is that you can put a lot of food in it, number one. But the real reason is when I get up in the morning and I have my coffee, I just want something soft on my ears, don't want the Babolat, just want to give my dog his ball. And we use this every morning. It comes in a couple sizes, and there's actually maybe 1 or 2 other companies that make this as well. It's not expensive at all. I really like this. All right, I'm not sure if you all have heard of the Snuffle Mat, but this is really, really cool. You can buy them online. They come in different sizes. You hide treats in there. You can hide kibble in there. My cats use this as well. And you're going to see that Marty has a t-shirt on. He had surgery recently, and he wasn't allowed to go outside for 3 weeks. So I used all these cool enrichments with him to tire him out. And then again, check with your vet to make sure that the toy and game is appropriate. But this is the Snuffle Mat. They're all over the internet now. See. I think I have kibble in there. Like I said, my cats use that. See his little t-shirt, poor little thing, but he's fine. This was made by someone, and they sold them at Unleashed Joy Dog Training. So I can't recommend a brand for a Snuffle Mat. You just have to see what works best for your dog. But this is a Snuffle Mat. Okay, and over here, Slow bowl feeder. There are tons of them everywhere. They're all everywhere. Um, I've even bought some in Home Goods, believe it or not. Check out Home Goods. I've gotten 1 or 2 little puzzles at Home Goods and slow feeder bowls. This is the Kong Wobbler. And I would say this would be good for dogs that don't really want to work as hard. It's easy to come out. The hole is big, so the dog doesn't have to do a lot of work to get the kibble out. But it's nice and sturdy. Okay. This is one of my new finds. This is my actually newest find. I like this. This is so inexpensive. I think it's only like $13. First I got it. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And then I went to town on it. As you can see, it comes 4 little pieces. They're small. And the green ones have suction cups on the back. So if you want to stick it in the bathtub to get your dog used to, you know, being in the bathtub, you could put peanut butter on it, or you could stick it on a dishwasher. But I filled this up with peanut butter and froze it. But the pink one really tickled me because I got creative. I put sweet potato, yogurt, and banana. And recently I've been putting all kinds of weird things in there and freezing it. And it takes my dog a long time to lick everything out of there. So I like that. And that's like a treat. That's his ice cream. Can you imagine having that for ice cream? But anyway, he loves it. That's all that matters to me. And these are more licky mats, okay? The licky mat wobble just makes it a little more challenging. And the silicone baking mat, I could use it for baking. You can get 2 in a package from Amazon is where I get them. But I don't recommend you put these baking mats in the dishwasher because they can kind of get thin from the heat. This is cool. I don't take credit for this. I found this on a website. This is a silicone makeup mat. And again, if your dog doesn't like to get in the bathtub, by all means, start putting peanut butter on the floor of your bathroom, on the edge of your bathtub. Get one of these silicone makeup mats, stick it on the wall, put peanut butter, whatever you want to put on there, and maybe your dog will like the bathtub. Who knows? Okay. So this is Marty, and Marty really experienced. Every morning he gets his dry food in a soccer ball and he gets his wet food on a licky mat with some salmon oil. And then in between, if he's really getting on my nerves, I'll put peanut butter and other things on it. But he is just going to demonstrate here. Sorry about the fact that some of these are slow. He's going to demonstrate the licky mat. If we all ate like that, we'd be so thin. Come on, Marty. You can put anything on it. We use this sometimes in a reactive dog class to help calm dogs down or just give them something to do, something to focus on. Oh, gee whiz, this is really slow. Well, you can see. I'll give it one more shot, and if it's still taking a long time to load. Here we go. I haven't used it with my cats yet. I don't know why not. I should try that. So he's got his wet food, peanut butter on there, and yogurt. Okay. All righty, ball pit. Doesn't every dog need a ball pit? I mean, come on. The ball pit is actually really inexpensive. It folds up, this particular one, and you just buy the balls and throw them in. My cats like to get in there. They like to eat treats in there. I throw treats in there for my dog. Sometimes I throw food in there for him. You can use a cardboard box if you don't want to buy a ball pit. It's just a fun thing, and it tires them out. Now, this is one of my favorites because a cardboard box. You can do a lot with a cardboard box, believe it or not. And in this box, what I've done here is I've used some of the chewy paper that comes in because it's thick. And then I bought moving paper because I didn't want newsprint on anything. And I just balled it all up, threw it in a box, and threw some treats in there. You can put your dog's dinner in there as well. But one thing I just want you to be mindful of, as I mentioned, I work with shelter dogs. A lot of dogs are afraid of cardboard boxes. So make sure you have the appropriate size box and make sure you fold the things down because it may scare them. So, and just be really gentle because, like I said, I've had many dogs that won't even put their paws in the box. So go slow, get the right box. But this little piggy loves boxes, and that's Junior. Okay. Bully sticks. I'm sure most of you have heard of bully sticks. They give a long-lasting chew. You can get them that are non-odorous. I prefer the braided bully sticks. I think they last a little longer. But bully sticks give a good chew. Okay. Kong products. All of these you can buy in a box store. So I want to go through the first one, the regular one, the Kong Classics. Okay. So I don't know if anyone know that, if you all know this, but the red's for normal chewers, the black is for heavy chewers, and the purple for senior dogs. Since my dog is 10, I tried the purple. He likes it better because he doesn't have to work as hard to get things out. So you can stuff anything in the Kongs that your dog, that's agreeable with your dog. You can go to Kong.com for recipes. You can put leftover eggs in there. The other day, I gave my dog his first McDonald's burger. 10 years old, he just got his first burger. I ordered it, just a plain burger. I was stunned. It was only 75 cents. He was such a good boy that day. And when I got home, I stuffed it in a Kong. I make him work for everything because he, like I said, he's still high energy. The Kong Stuff-A-Ball is that red ball. And when I got it, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I did not have the patience to stuff treats in his little crevices in the side. So, and I don't like to use the Kong products because I believe they're made in China. I'm not sure. So anyway, so I just slathered it with peanut butter and froze it, and that works great. But then I was looking at the product online, and there was a suggestion that you can slather toothpaste on there because some dogs don't like their teeth brushed. So just put some peanut butter flavored or toothpaste on there. And that way your dog gets to brush his teeth and have fun. The wishbone, the orange wishbone, is my absolute new favorite besides that licky mat thing. Oh my gosh, I love it. I didn't know what to do with that either when I got it, and I started experimenting. Mozzarella cheese sticks were great. I stuff everything in there so hard, so it's going to take him forever to get it out. And I'll show you when I've stuffed on the next slide. And the Kong Stuff-A-Bone, again, I didn't know what to do with those either. So I just put peanut butter in the holes there and freeze it. I freeze everything for a longer chew. Okie doke. My new fave, the wishbone. I stuff it on both sides. This is mozzarella cheese. I usually stuff it in even really deeper, but I want to make sure you could see it. And these are some really good, high quality human grade doggy treats by Wet Noses. It's a gift to my dog when he was recovering from surgery 2 months ago. So anyway, love the Kong wishbone. Don't know if it comes in 2 different sizes. You have to check that out yourself. Okay, puzzles. There are so many puzzles on the internet. I like puzzles. Make sure you get the right puzzle for your dog. Make sure you're patient. Make sure you break it down into steps on how to teach your dog how to use the puzzle. The original Outward Hound, Nina Addison, excuse me, let me backtrack, made puzzles, really good quality really expensive puzzles that were very durable. And then she sold the company to Outward Hound. So they're much less expensive. They're affordable. I don't think they're as good quality. And I'm going to jump over to the puzzles first before I show you the video. You can see the puzzle with the red squares on it. My dog, he's a big dog. He's taken some of the doors off of the puzzle, but you can still use it. And another one of my new finds is this. It's called the topple. And this is small, but it also could come in large. And this topple has green beans underneath it, and some wet dog food, which I froze. And if you don't like to stuff Kongs, because you got to really dig in there, this is good. This would work for that. All right, so these are all puzzles, and this is my brilliant little 3-year-old boy, Junior. He's doing dog puzzles. So I just want to prove to you that cats can use these puzzles too. And he's going to demonstrate 4 puzzles for you. And all my, here we go. I got that puzzle at Home Goods for $5. Just never know.
Good boy. Good boy. Good.
That's the tornado game. And it's pretty easy. So if you've got like a super duper intelligent dog, he's going to get that right away.
Okay, go back.
But your cats can use if you have cats as well. And Junior is one of my foster fails from Howard County Animal Control and Adoption Center. One of my 2 foster fails. And this game is similar to the game in the right. Okay, that's Junior. Muffin tin game. Almost everyone has cupcake or muffin tins at home. If you have a small dog, use the small tins, small balls. Large dog, large. I don't use tennis balls. I mean, I have some in there, and I can use them now because my dog doesn't chew everything up. But when he was really, really young and wilder, he chewed the fabric off 2 tennis balls. So luckily I caught him. And I said, I want to emphasize again, never, ever leave your dog alone with any of these activities unless you know your dog's going to be safe. So he is going to demonstrate the muffin tin, and underneath there's probably little pieces of meatballs. And of course he's good at this because he's done this numerous times. Especially fun if you have kids, you can play with your dog. See a cat nail that came off over there. Okay. This is more advanced. I believe I used a clicker to train him to do this. It's just something you can do if it's icy out one night and you're at home and your dog is driving you nuts and you're terrified to walk outside. Go to YouTube and look up games and puzzles and stuff to do. And No, I had these, but I've done that numerous times. Okay, Marty's going to show you how to hit the buzzer. It's pretty cool when you have company over. Oh, let me go back. Oh, oh. Well, I see it somewhere.
Come on, Marty. Hit it. Come here. Hit it.
I hope you guys see this.
Boy.
I know.
Come on over here. Come over here. Hit this one. Good boy. Come on. Hit this one. Hit it. Come on, hit it. Good boy. There you go, right there. Good job.
Hope you guys saw that. Okay. All right. This is one of my favorites. This is done, it's called shaping, and it took a while. I had to use a clicker. Go to YouTube. There's like videos on how to teach a dog to do this. And then again, I'm using a cardboard box, which costs nothing, next to nothing.
Okay, so, it's on. Okay. Marty, sit. Good boy. Sit. Through the box. Good boy. 1 foot. 1. Good boy. Marty, 2 feet. No, not 2 feet. Oops. You did it right. 2. Good boy. Okay, through the box. Sit. Sit in the box. Good boy. Okay, wait. 1. Good boy. Marty, 2. Good boy. Okay, wait. Push. Yay!
I feel so sorry for him because I am so loud, but he's really loud too. Okay, because my dog is loud and my dog talks a lot, talks a lot on walks all the time. I wanted to teach him quiet. So I knew I had to teach him to speak first before quiet. And this is what I use for quiet. So I found this guy, George Zach. He's a positive dog trainer on YouTube. And I just played around with it. And then I decided to teach him how to count. He's not really counting when I say 5. He doesn't know 5. I'm actually prompting him with going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stop. And then I'll say 4, and I'll do the same thing. 2, 3, 4, stop, or quiet. He knows that. He knows what that means. So here he is. He is gonna count to 5.
Come on. Good boy. How about 4? Come on. Good boy. How about 3? Good boy. 2. Good boy. How about 1? Good job. Good job.
And again, he has such a loud mom. I feel so bad for him. Maybe that's why he's so loud. Find it game. Okay, Marty has done a couple shows at a senior center, and I'll never forget, I brought in all this stuff, and at the end of the session, a woman asked a question, and she said, I don't have a lot of money, but if you could recommend one thing for me for my dog, I would buy it. And I said, you're going to like my answer, because I'm going to recommend Find It game, which costs you nothing, maybe a couple cardboard boxes. So here's the best way to start. Get a couple little boxes and leave them open and put them in a small area, and put treats in them. Go ahead and put treats in all of them. Have your dog out of the room. If your dog knows sit, stay, really work on that command. Put him in another room and tell him sit, stay. If he doesn't know it yet, please teach him that, but just shut the door. So in a small area like your living room, put a couple cardboard boxes and call him in and say find it. Keep using the find it cue. Find it, find it. Tell him good boy, like have a party when he finds it. He's going to start to get it, that the find it means that I have to find something. I use the stinky treats. I recommend when you're starting to use salmon treats. Nobody can miss them. I mean, they're pretty stinky and they're really good quality. So use small boxes, cue him, find it, set him up for success always. And then the next step, when you're done with the boxes, again, have him out of the room and lay the treat in an open area on the floor in your house, by a chair, in front of a chair, in front of the TV, fireplace, and say, find it. And he's going to get it. And then once he starts getting that and repeat it again and again and again, you can start hiding it in different places, like higher. You can hide it on the couch or under a blanket. I mean, the sky's the limit. What I do at my house is I will put him in the sunroom and ask him to stay, hide something in the living room. And since he's used to it, I can hide it under a blanket, under a dog bed. I can hide it on a shelf, and I'll tell him to find it. And he finds it because he knows what the game is. And then since he's in the living room, I tell him to stay. And then I go into the sunroom and hide it in the sunroom. So free, again, this costs really next to nothing except some treats. And this will really tire your dog out because they're like, where is it? So it's good. It's really good. Okay. FAQs. I always get asked these questions. What if my dog's not food motivated? Well, you know what? Your dog has to eat. So a couple things here. If you want to work with your dog, withhold the breakfast or withhold dinner. You can find something that motivates your dog. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You can find something, maybe something weird, but you can find something that will motivate your dog. And as I said, like for example, with the Bobble-O-Lot, if you want your dog to use the Bobble-O-Lot, and your dog is a little hesitant, well, just put his breakfast in there and say, look, here's your breakfast. If you want it, you need to figure this out. If not, take it away and give it back to him at dinner. So just a suggestion. Anyway, okay, what if I have multiple dogs? I say work them all in separate rooms, especially if you have resource guarding issues. Work them each separately. My dog is old. Will he be able to learn? Oh, heck yes. I train a lot of dogs, a lot of shelter dogs with these puzzles. Doesn't matter how old your dog is, there's something he can do, and they like working. What if my dog does not know basic commands? Well, you know what? You need to teach him. You need to go to a training class. I'm filming this during COVID, so that's not going to happen. I have some resources online. You may be able to get a dog trainer to come out to your house, train in your yard. So you can teach your dog training commands. What if my dog only eats raw, wet food? Well, I don't know. You have to figure that out yourself. And what if my dog does not get it? Well, then you're the one with the problem, not the dog. That means you're either going too fast, you're not using the right treat, or there's too many distractions. So you need to get it. Okay. So these are all resources. So I suggest you take a picture of them with your cell phone. My passion is helping fearful and reactive dogs that lunge on a leash at humans and other dogs, because I have one of those. So you can always make your dog better. So these are some books that I really, really recommend. But more importantly, I recommend you look up a fearful dog class or a growly dog class in your area. There are classes all over the place. This way you really be able to help your dog. Training books, any books by these authors. I'm sure there are plenty of other good authors, but these are the ones that I have in my bookshelf. These are all 100% positive dog trainers. So recommend anything by them. And YouTube videos. Oh my gosh, Kiko Pup and George Zach are really good for training, basic training commands, games, toys as well, but definitely training. you can browse your area for any positive reward-based dog trainers. Wait a minute, not on YouTube, but you can look for other dog trainers to get other ideas. And you can look for dog tricks and games as well. All right, I'm going to tell you about me. I waited to the end. Okay, I am a retired government employee, and I own Marty. I named him after Martin Luther King Jr. His real name is Martin Luther King Tobler. And I got him from Carroll County Humane, and super, super high energy dog, and really a nightmare to tire out, especially during the winter. And so that's why I started researching all these things to do with him at night. And these are things that I use with my dog, just some of them. And I use a lot of them with shelter dogs. Believe, when you work with a shelter dog and have him do some of these fun things and video and post online, that is really going to help that dog get adopted. So for those shelter volunteers, why don't you think about getting your shelter to buy some of these, or you buy some yourself to work with the dogs. So all of these games are described by me. The treats that I recommend are what I use for my dog. You need to experiment and find out what works great for your dog. And if you find something out that I don't have on here that's fun, by all means, please email me and let me know. Most of the items can be purchased online or at some pet stores. And most of them, as I mentioned, come in different sizes. So have at it. Now I'm doing a disclaimer. And I said before, don't leave your dog alone with any of these activities unless you know he'll be safe. Check with your veterinarian before starting any of these activities. You are responsible for the appropriate food, treats, and determining what activities are appropriate for your dog. The descriptions are provided by me. I suggest you look at the manufacturer's websites or their YouTube to see what they suggest with their games and puzzles. This is a gift from me because I am so passionate about keeping dogs out of shelters, keeping them in your home. A lot of dogs are surrendered to shelters because the human doesn't have time to work with them. They become destructive because they're bored. And you can see the rest. You assume all risk for your use of the contents of this video. So please be sure to check with your veterinarian. And I'm not going to be held liable for any damages or claims if for use of this video. And as I mentioned, if you have any more really good ideas, I would love to hear from you. So thank you very much. I hope this helps you. Please feel free to share this, and goodbye.